Okay, we'll start with the Mustard S82 nymph hook, and we'll just put a bit of tying thread on there. Now this is more the technique I want to show you than the actual pattern. You can develop this technique to imitate just about most of the most popular Mayfly nymphs. It's just a nice technique for making a gilled abdomen. So we'll put about that much on, and then we want the tail. So you want a ring pheasant centre tail. Too many fibres there. So before you cut these fibres, bring them 90 degrees to the feather shaft and you'll line up all the points. So holding them in that position. And we want rather a long tail on this, so about the same length as the hook shank. There we are. Oops. I'll have to measure that again. Good. I'll just go back a little bit. And then we want a taper on the underbody here. So we'll just go up just the length of the abdomen. And then we'll fold these over and we'll go back about halfway, and we take our scissors and we'll cut these off at a taper. So we get a taper going back. Good, and then we'll just give it a little bit more, just build it up a little bit with tying thread. We can increase the taper with the actual larva lace, but that'll do. Just got a nice feel for the taper there. So we go back to about there. Then we need some larva lace, and what we do with this is if you tie that in like many people do, like that, you're going to get a really thick body. So you want as little build up on the underbody as possible, so we just burn the end like that and then we pull it and stretch it so it gets flat. And then what we can do there, we have to tie this in the right way so it gets the concaved section on the outside. So we just tie that down and we stretch it so it gets thinner. We go to there. That's good. And we can go up just to secure it. Back down again. Just before you get to the tail base, what we want then is a peacock herl, and we want to take this from under the eye. These are the reason for this is that these are the strongest peacock herl. So we want the fibres to point that way. So we'll tie that in about there. Cut the hook shank a wee bit and break that off, and we go up and forward. So we take our larva lace now and we make one turn on the back side of the peacock herl and stretching it a little in front, and as we go forward with each turn we slacken off the stretching so you get even more of a taper on the body. There we are, that's good, and we go back to there and then we'll tie this off on the underside. And we'll just lock that off while I get the scissors. We cut the turns in front, then we stretch it again and trim off that. And we can tie that down. Don't want that going, you want to cut that off a little behind the hook eye, but it's okay here because we want the thorax to be a little larger. So we go to there, then we need our hackle pliers. We'll put those on. So first I'll just put that gallows tool up, the bobbin rest, and we'll make a whip finish there just to keep that thread out of the way. And we'll put our hackle plier on. And then what we want to do is, as we wind the peacock herl, we want it to go down in between each segment of the body. This will not only make the gills, but it will make the peacock herl, it will sink the peacock herl in between each turn of larval lace and make it very strong. There we go. Just make a turn there. We can bring our tying thread back. Get the bobbin rest out of the way. And we'll just go back again with this. I want to tie that off just at the beginning of the abdomen. Like so. Good. Then what we do is we take a lighter, very careful with this, just get that tying thread out of the way, take a lighter and we burn away the peacock herl on top of the hook shank. A little bit more like that. So we see the ribbing, and you can see that gives you a lovely gilled effect with the legs, the gills on the underside and the ribbing of the abdomen on the top. So we'll go back here now into there, and then what we want is another bunch of pheasant tail fibres. So you can see how much of a bunch there is. So we want to turn these around about the same length as the tail. We want to tie this down on top of the thorax like so. This will be the wing case and the legs, but we need another small bunch. This time you get the tips and you trim them off. You don't want these going forward. And we tie these in just at the side of this first bunch, and then another bunch just on the side, on this side. This way we get a very nice deep wing case that comes broad over the thorax from the back. So we just keep that there. We'll go a little bit further forward with the legs. There we go. Then we go back again. And what we need now is 3 peacock herls, which we tie in together right into the, close into the abdomen. We tie these down going forward. Take our peacock herl now and we wrap a nice heavy thorax tie those off, a few turns behind, and then lean them back, and a few turns on the back side. There we are. Then we take our legs, get them about half and half each side. Pull them back. Tie them down. There we are. Then we take our wing case. Now I find it best that in my brush, get all these wing case fibres parallel by using a brush on them so they don't cross over each other. There we are. A few turns up there, and we can remove that. Tie it down. Finish. Good. I'll give that a move that tying thread. A drop of varnish. And you can see what a nice body that makes for gilled nymphs. It really does work nicely. And that's it. That's the gilled abdomen technique for mayfly nymphs.